Well, Gaul, what a place, Sri Lanka. What a group of people they are. What a wicket we're witnessing right here. Spinning wickets, that's what I'm all about. This game's rollicking along, and you can say these things when your team is winning. If it's not going your way, bunch of coats, disgrace of a wicket, I don't like going to that country, I don't like the ground, I don't like the scenery, I don't like the Indian Ocean. Welcome back to The Great Cricketer, brought to you by ACO, India's tech-first insurance company. Australia started the day 100 and something runs behind, and there are 101 runs in front. That's the kind of analysis you're going to get right here. I'm me, he's the other guy. Pez, have you enjoyed day 2 at Gaul? Did you have the gall to enjoy the day's play?
Oh, yeah, the numbers that are in front of me on the screen are agreeable to what I want, so I therefore enjoyed it. Yeah, mate. What are we looking at? We lost a session due to rain. Some shit was falling off grandstands. It all looked pretty chaotic there. Travis Head just scooped one back to the bowler early. Thought, okay. Okay. The prophecy was correct. Australia were going to collapse.
Banana skin.
We were going to collapse in a heap. Zero clue what was happening off the wicket. And a couple of hours later, Australia's really good at cricket again. And courtesy of 2 players and a couple of bombs from the skipper at the end. And I'm really happy, and the entire ecosystem of Australian cricket is in really good shape.
Really nice of Pat Cummins to hit 16 off the last over and be like, well, I can't even see it. We have to go off the field. I can barely see this. I can barely see the ball. 16 off that over. All right, first thing, Green and Carey dance and sweep. Now, this goes to show what the fuck do I know, because I'm talking about, well, Maxwell should play, I reckon, because maybe Cam Grant's a big old front dog, and maybe his best innings so far, most complete innings so far. He was fucking sensational, and I am talking about Cameron Green, Chris's brother. He was fantastic, and in partnership with Carey, that really changed the game, because it wasn't... Was it counter-attacking? I mean, Carey is more counter-attacking because he finished 50, better than run a ball 47 or some shit. So that was, I mean, he is probably Australia's best reverse sweeper. And he's just spreading the field. He fucking creams that thing, doesn't he? So in partnership with those two, I'm reticent to say has won the game for Australia, but that's a 2-0 series sweep, pardon the pun. So well done, Alex Carey, and your beautiful smile.
I think it's Cameron Green's best day for Australia. He came in at 100 for 4. Head perished early and ominously, and Cameron Green looked the least troubled of all players in the match on this deck. And I'm in your camp. I thought it's a big old front dog. I thought the big old front pad is going to be kryptonite in Asian climes. Wrong. Size is good. Size remains good. He broomed. He drove. Size is everything. Cameron Green's tall. Cameron Green's 2 metres. It's his best day for Australia. I thought before that innings, like, Australia was looking like the Australia of old. Like, I didn't see any... yeah, that's right. There's a few iterations of it. I didn't see any evidence of the Andrew McDonald calm of the Australian side. I felt like they were being they'd been dragged cleverly by Sri Lanka into just a helter-skelter crapshoot on spinning decks. But he established a modicum of control over the game. Alex Carey was brilliantly counter-attacking, and now they have a lead of 100, and that's pretty fucking good on this deck. So I think it's his best innings and best day for Australia comfortably, particularly given he's been picked as a bat only. He's not bringing anything with the ball in this game. There's nothing he can do in gully with those big old mitts because there's barely any pace coming through. So he had to do it with the blade, and he's been the best bat there. I think it's a brilliant innings.
There was a couple of innings where we saw some footage of him playing first grade where he was bombing 17-year-olds off the front foot.
His best days. Yeah, you're right.
That is tough to beat. That is tough to beat. But this a close second.
He did knock over Liam Livingstone when he was on school holidays in first grade. When he was 15, in the car park. And Liam Livingstone denied it. So that's probably his best day too.
There was one shot in particular. It's the ball after Carey gets out where he tries to take Mendis down the ground. And the very next ball, you think that in that point, that can still go Australia, it can still go Sri Lanka's way, because obviously I feel like wickets can fall quickly on this deck. Hey, that's a huge shout.
Massive shout.
What was the score? Alex Carey gets out when Australia 241. So they're They are what? They're 30 in front. And then the very next ball, Mendis bowls one a bit slower outside off stump, and Green comes down the deck. And I wouldn't say he turns it into a complete rake half volley. It's a little bit on the up, but he fucking murders this cover drive. And, you know, he's got great feet for a big man, much like Peter Crouch. But it was quick down the deck, and it was hands through the ball. It was weight transition through the ball. I thought that was a shot of a guy who I think can play Test cricket. The execution of that, in that moment, I thought, Jesus Christ, this guy is...
Mate,
this guy's a cricketer.
it's a great point. I thought heading into today's play, like, again, the front dog would be too big. The pad's too big.
It's a huge dog.
It's going to get absolutely blown off. And that as a result, he'd have to go into hitting mode. In fact, he's the only bat, I think, in this game, with the exception of Khawaja, who we've completely ignored for 71 wonderful runs.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
He's not 2 meters though, is he?
No, he's not.
He's the only bat that has kind of played at his own tempo. He's the only bat who's looked serene and not dragged into the helter-skelter chaos of this deck. And so he's not only... It's not been hitting mode. It's just been batsmanship, or perhaps in 2022, batspersonship, which rolls off the tongue much better.
Yeah, it's pure, yeah. I thought also a really good innings from Carey, because Carey scored a 90-something, didn't he, in Pakistan, one of those tests. And that's got a couple of guys that are contributing with the blade in Asia, which is obviously the biggest test for non-Asian countries. I mean, England's hard as well in different ways, but this ball's moving in non-conventional ways to our Anglosphere brain.
It lacks truth. Alex Carey, I think, was averaging 20-something before he fell into the pool, and now he's averaging 100 since he fell into the pool. Or some shit.
Interesting. Well, that brings me to our second point, Pez, about how they bowled to the big dog himself, Green. Because I want to talk about Mendis' 4 for and Sri Lanka's bowling generally now. Mendis finishes the day with 4 for 107 off 31 overs, so he's going at 3.45, pretty steady. I mean, Lyon went for about the same, took a bag in the first innings there. But, I mean, there ain't a lot else, I've got to say. The debutant, Edwin van der Sey, is going at nearly 7 and over. Not ideal for a leg spin on this deck to be going at 7s. I mean, Cummins just taken down for 16 that last over, but before that over, he was going for more than 6s, I think. So, it ain't ideal. And they've only bowled 1 maiden over in the entire day. 1 maiden over. I think they've bowled about 50 overs in the day. Australia's gone at over 4 and over for the day's play. 1 maiden over on this kind of deck. I mean, you have to give at some point credit to the batting side, but I thought with Green especially, they were just a little short, and it looks fucking hard to drive on the wicket. And
not for him.
And Stark gets caught and bowled. Carey gets caught trying to go down the ground. Excellent catch, by the way, from Chandimal, I thought. But
yeah, it was.
Just a little short. But, I mean, that's where the reverse sweep comes in as well. So, you know, I don't want to keep coming on here and being like, well, Sri Lanka was shit. But they got one guy's taking 4 for going at 3.5, and the rest are sort of going at over 4. One guy's going at 7s. So, but the appealing's funny.
What the fuck's Dhananjaya done to the skipper?
Yeah.
He's open the bowling, he's got 1 for 8. Off what? 3 overs?
5.
Off 5. No, packing.
He's going 1.6 and over.
Yeah. What's
That'll
he
do.
done?
Take a blow.
That's right. He's said something horrendous.
What did he say?
I don't know what he said.
What did he say?
Yeah.
Let us know in the comments what he said.
Yeah. I know it's going to be 18 comments about some obvious injury that he's got or some shit. No, he said something.
No, he said
Karuna
something.
Ratner's wife. Okay? That's what's happened. And if you don't understand that, you haven't played the game.
You've never played. You've obviously never
You
played.
can't catch. You can type, but you can't catch. Yeah. What about Van der Sey? He got Khawaja, and and there's going to be 18 articles about Khawaja daring to enter the dressing room with Steve Smith still in there, just carrying on the story from yesterday. I hope Steve Smith's calmed down. Anyway, carrying about that. It was good. Sri Lanka was still in it slightly with the dismissal of Carey, and Stark came in, steadied a little bit. And then Green went, and I think they could still have fallen over Australia. And Cummins's little cameo there, 3 bombs, just breaks the back of it a little bit, and a 100-run lead is extremely good. You'd be doing well to fuck it up from there. And I saw there was some stats saying Australia's only lost 4 times in their history, having led by 100.
Yeah.
Equinox. For me, that's Equinox.
It's getting
Especially
to a little...
2022.
Well... Oh, well, yeah, true. I mean, England have just chased down, 300 on their dicks twice. So it's like, what does anything mean anymore?
It's like, he was going really steadily at 3.5 and over. It's like 3.5 and over. It's like, back in my day, son, that was a good clip in a one-dayer.
Yeah, that's right. That's
really.
Right. I was just thinking about some of the appealing where Dick Willer at the end there, he's just appealed for Cummins cover driving one off the absolute middle. And it's just at the end of the day's play where everything is fucking just screaming after any ball bowled. And I want to get annoyed at it. And then he smiles and it's like, I can't say mad at you, baby, because he seems like a really nice guy. It's something in the eyes, there's something in the smile, it's the facial structure. I'm not sure what it is, but it just seems like a nice guy. Like, I can't say mad at you. But then he does that, I'm like, just shut the fuck up. Just shut the fuck up. It's so annoying. But that's what they want.
That's what love does too.
That's a good point. Pez, third thing is 101 run lead with 2 wickets in the hut still. Is that too much? Is that too much already? Can Australia lose from here? I sense that Australia probably... I mean, but Sri Lanka need to get 200, don't they, in the next innings, and then Australia needs to be bowled out for less than 100 and whatever runs. That's how cricket works.
I got to say, like, and no one will ever admit this in public or on YouTube or whatever, but like, I do find
this would be good.
I do find these wickets like just difficult to get a fucking read on. I don't know. Like, at the end, and it's 2022. At the end of the day, tomorrow Sri Lanka could be fucking 200 for 3. I don't know. But yes, I think in the context of like Sri Lanka getting bowled out for 200 and Australia having a 100-run lead, and the deck doing enough and Lions bowling well. Yeah, Sri Lanka are doing really well to get themselves whatever they need for Australia to be knocked over.
Yeah. I find that the hardest ones for me, is when there's like a real harbinger in the third innings of the game where like, so I'm thinking instantly when Michael Clark took 6 for 9, was that in Chennai? And then Joe Root in India, I think last year, did something similar. Now they're playing this game in Sri Lanka, not in India, so it's a different place entirely. But that sort of harbinger of like, well, fucking a batsman just got them in the game out of nowhere here, and it's like, what do you think an actual bowler's going to do to your team on these decks? So unless that occurs, I'm sensing more of a pattern in this game that Australia have got themselves in a better position than, like Angela Matthews just taking 7 for or some shit. I don't know. I feel like Australia's done enough. Will Australia need to bat again? That's the question for me now. Let's just get completely arrogant.
Nice.
Hashtag AskTGC brought to you by Akko. Rahul wrote in. Get your comments. Get your AskTGCs in the comments below. Rahul said, is there any better salad going around in world cricket than Stokes in black sunglasses sitting in the balcony and cheering the fuck out of everything? Now, Pez, this is obviously a different test match to what Rahul's talking about there, but I was thinking about safety, and I'm not sure if we're getting a lot of safety in the Australian dressing room. Flashes to the dressing room, a bit of George Bailey stuff, of course. We saw when they was playing those test matches in Pakistan just recently, there was the trainers sort of doing bicep curls, bit of cardio work as well, bit of bench press, I think it was, from hindsight, from memory. I've seen in the
Sri Lankan dressing room, someone was standing over the top of him, basically with his testicles on his head doing bicep curls. Felt very safe.
It was a teabag superset. And then we saw in the Sri Lankan dressing room, I've seen a bit of Ranatunga stuff. Yeah. I've seen a bit of Aravinda De Silva. That makes me feel good. But I'm not... So in terms of safety in this series with flashes to the dressing room, not much from... I saw Merv Hughes is doing his tours over there, so I like saying Merv there. It makes me feel something. But, where does Stokes sit for you in the hierarchy of safety? Sunglasses, cheering stuff on.
With respect to him, there are better salads going around. There's better salads.
And it's a good salad. It's a good salad, but there are better going around.
It's a fine salad. Or it's a good salad, no more, no less. But
sure,
it's not... I'm not writing home about that salad.
It's not top 10.
No. There's better salads in his team.
That's true.
Nevertheless, One thing that I'm getting used to, so I'm going to reserve judgment on this question because it's an important question, is like just Stokes being demonstrative at all. Like I'm used to Stokes being the strong, silent type as a cricketer.
Yep.
I don't really want to hear. I don't know what Stokes' voice sounds like. I don't know what it sounds like. I can't. Do you? I don't even know his accent.
Like, gun to my head, if I was doing some ASMR shit and there was like someone, he was whispering in my ear, I wouldn't instinctively say, Ben, is that you?
That's Ben Stokes.
Now I'm not sure how I've got myself in this position where I'm blindfolded with my hands behind my back in a chair.
Yeah.
And someone's come up behind me and they've said, "Get rarer."
Yeah.
And I was like, Ben Stokes. I mean, I wouldn't have.
I thought for a second you were about to do an impression of Ben Stokes doing ASMR. And I was,
but I don't know what he sounds like.
Yeah, I was good for it. So I'm finding it hard to relate to the question at all because the idea of Ben Stokes being demonstrative and cheering things, I'm not sure. I'm not used to it. I'm not saying I'm against it. I need a bit more time. That's just me.
Okay.
That's just me. You know, Ben Stokes apparently Ben Stokes said today at a presser before the India game, I didn't bowl at Headingley because I wanted the bowlers to know what their physical capabilities were. I wanted to show them how physically capable they were, or some shit. So like now Ben Stokes is being inspirational. I just want Stokes coming in and bumping Aussies respectfully, and then pumping us, and just doing it quietly. So
right.
I'm not really. Is there any better salad going round and safety and Stokes? Like safety for me is still Steve wore squinty eyes on a balcony. It's a Ponting hairy forearm. Stokes isn't in that league yet. With respect to him, it's just no league. He's not operating in that league. He's playing fucking Farmers League on that shit. So he's
playing league. He's playing league.
He's playing league on.
Yeah, fucking
Getting
Farmers
Qatari
League.
money.
Is there actually a Farmers League? That's all I want to know.
BBL.
Yeah. All right, that's day 2 wrapped up. Day 3 coming in your ears tomorrow. If you're a YouTube member on the Coat tier, funny sentence. If you're on Patreon, patreon.com/Great Cricketer, you can support TGC that way. Hashtag AskTGC Fridays is coming out in about an hour, but it's already out because this doesn't match up because I got to edit it and then
the whole thing.
See you tomorrow.